So now we're going to look at some set clears. This would happen when we get the ball in our own end, either after a whistle or the ball goes out of bounds, and we have time to set it up the way we want. We'll say in this case, the ball is going to start outside the restraining area, and we are going to get possession on a whistle, so we have time to set up the clear that we want. First thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull, as I put in some of the offensive players here. So we're the red team. We're trying to clear it out of our zone. They've got their goalie, they've got their 3 attack, and then they've got their 3 middies, potentially something like that, and then their defensemen are up here. So the first thing we really want to do is determine what side we're going to clear from. Defenseman is going to go back and get the ball. The other defenseman, when that happens, is going to go to the other side, and the third defenseman is going to stay right here in the middle. This goalie is going to come back here to be ready to help. One midi is going to break to the side to give an easy pass in case we want to clear it up that way. The other midi is going to run at 45 degrees to here, and the last midi is going to come into the middle and help. These attack, what we want to do is we want to draw their defense away from midfield. If they do not come with you, then we're going to be left open for a pass to here and then potentially a long pass with an odd man break. We can clear it out that far. If we see that, we're going to make sure we take advantage of it. But most likely, you're going to pull their defenders back with you and create space for us as we look into this area that is going to be the big midfield space that we'll want to take advantage of. So when we're doing the clear, we're going to start with this sort of formation. Then what we're going to end up with is, as they're applying the pressure, they will probably have a pressure that works something like this. As we take off that line, their last bit of pressure will be something like that, which means we've got 7 of our players in this end, and they only have 6, which means we should be able to get rid of this ball, or we should be able to control this ball easily because we have 7 players back there, again, and they only have 6. So when we start with that situation, we have a couple of choices. The goalie can come back and help. We can pass to the goalie. If they're applying pressure, we can go to that space, and this player has tons of space to run all the way up this direction. And so we've got lots of opportunity for them. Or if they're fast enough and they start applying pressure coming back, and let's say this third player cheats over, we've got the opportunity to go back. We can either do a skip pass or we can get it back through player 1 all the way back. Anytime that happens, the middies would change fields. Player 7 would come on over here and give them an easy pass. Player 5 potentially all the way up here. And then player 6 would rotate in this space, trying to give lots of options for them to do. In this case, we're going to say that we work the ball back over to here. They're starting to apply the pressure. We will either carry it out or we will pass it up to this player and then end up, this player's cutting. He can either hit the cutter or he can end up hitting player 6 or carry it out himself. Ideally, we would prefer, if at all possible, to not pass the ball into this direction. If we have to stick handle in there, that's one thing. I'd still prefer that we didn't. I'd rather keep the ball on the outside. But if we had to, I'd rather have us cradle it through here rather than passing it to avoid any drop passes. As soon as this ball gets above the goal line extended comes in this direction. It comes along right about here, or if you'd extended the goal line right across the front. As soon as this ball is moving up in front of it, our goalie's got to get right back into net. He can't be behind the net when we've got the ball in front of our net.